Corky's seasoned roasted chicken wings. We're talking about tumble rubbed, so it's completely coated in your choice of either their sweet and smoky or bourbon seasoning. They're slow roasted and baked, and that gives you that delicious kind of cooked in flavor from Corky's, who award-winning barbecue from the barbecue capital of the world in Memphis. And here to tell us all about it, part of the Corky's team,
Guys,
Greg Shockley in the house.
how are you?
I'm fantastic, hungry, ready for some
Oh my gosh,
wings.
you came to the right place. These are probably my favorite thing that we present here at QVC. They're absolutely great. And like you pointed out, Memphis, Tennessee is the barbecue capital of the United States, and Corky's has been #1 for years and years and years. Still to this day, people around the block just for that great flavor. And these are really something special. And like you pointed out, these are tumble seasoned. And what that means is that we actually take our dry rubs right here, and they go into a tumbler with the chicken wings, and they get tumbled through. So literally every bite, every square inch, every little morsel is going to be coated with that great flavor. And then they're roasted in our ovens, so they're perfectly tender, perfectly juicy, fully cooked. These are thaw and eat products.
Wait first, Greg. Wait, look at how meaty these are.
We were talking about this before. There's no bigger bummer in the world than just having, hungry for the wings and then sitting there and just all bone and no meat. These are just loaded up. You got full flavor in there. Easy to do, easy to cook, and easy to reheat.
So here's what you have to decide. First of all, what flavor speaks to you? Is it going to be your sweet and smoky, which is already very popular, or the bourbon? We'll break it down if you're kind of saying, well, what does it taste like exactly? You're getting 4 pounds of these seasoned roasted wings, a customer favorite that, like I said, won an award, and we have this available with an auto delivery today. So that way you don't have to worry about your freezer being empty. They'll come every 90 days. You can lock in for up to a year. M59177, start dialing in now. So how can I decide between my flavors? Can we start with sweet and smoky?
Absolutely. So go ahead, you dig in, you can give me your opinion as well. So just like they say, both of them are going to have that smoky influence, in the flavor right there. But for the sweeter kind of ones, so if you tend to lean more towards that honey barbecue kind of flavor, that's the one to go for. So it's a little bit on the sweeter side, and then the bourbon one, I always like it's more savory for sure, not spicy, but more savory. But then also you kind of get that oaky flavor. Remember, the bourbon's kind of usually aged in those oak barrels, and that's kind of the flavor that you get. Both of them are perfect. I mean, you literally can't go wrong. I like the sweeter ones. That's just what I tend to gravitate to.
But I'll say there's no bad choice.
I
don't think you'll be unhappy with either,
Definitely no bad choice. And earlier, you saw me kind of dipping this into the sauce here too. This make them a little muddy. So the sauce doesn't come with it, but if you want to use your favorite barbecue sauce, or use Corky's right here.
So this is a dry wing.
This is a dry.
So if you want to wet it up, add some sauce.
If you want to wet it up.
Not that it needs it though.
Or not at all. Or make them competition style, just to the competition style is usually when we give it a dry rub and then we give it a wet sauce on top of that. But again, take a look at all the meat that comes off of this drummy. These are huge, fully packed with meat. The skin is on there, so it keeps that crispiness, and that's the great part about it too. So when you're going to cook these, so from the freezer, you can go into your air fryer, which is great. You can go into your oven, you can go into your convection oven, even go on the grill like we've really done on here too. The one thing I like to talk about too, if you're going to go on the grill, if you can think ahead, thaw them out for a few hours in your refrigerator before you put them onto the grill. Because remember, they're fully cooked. But if you put them on frozen, they might cook a little bit too long on the outside. So,
but if we cook from frozen in the oven or the air fryer,
totally.
Because sometimes I don't plan ahead.
No,
I never. Nice. It can save the day.
Yeah.
When my husband and kids are like, "What's for dinner?"
You're like less than 10 minutes in an air fryer. Because they're already fully cooked. So remember, you're just kind of bringing them up to temperature that you want to, a little bit longer in the oven, but they're super convenient.
And they're a crowd pleaser, Greg. Anytime I've served wings at a gathering, that's the platter that's empty first. I'm always saying, dang, I didn't get enough. So if you are hosting the family for the holidays, whether it's, Thanksgiving while the meal's cooking, it's nice to have something to peck on.
And the game's on, you kidding?
Yeah. Because you got to have the wings.
This is a mandatory thing to have, and I'll tell you what, just the flavors that you want. You can always mix your favorite sauces with this too. There's no rules with this. We've done all the seasoning for you. So if you want to make the kind of barbecue and ranch dressing mix that we love to make down south too, you can do that. Put your barbecue sauce on, or I've already kind of done my damage here today. I've eaten probably at least 10 or so without any sauce at all, and they're just
no. I haven't done any.
Wonderful to eat.
So remember, you're choosing between either the sweet and smoky or the bourbon. Now, I'm the girl at the barbecue restaurant. I get the sweet barbecue sauce.
Right.
That's the one I usually use. But the bourbon, like you said, I feel like the smokiness is enhanced. That oaky flavor of it, and it's a taste that I could see young and old enjoying. So if you're saying, I'm not quite sure, if you always go for the sweet, I would recommend trying the bourbon just to expand your horizons.
Yeah.
It's something different. We are a little bit more limited in the bourbon, by the way, as well. Auto delivery is a great way to shop because that guarantees your shipment. Even if we sell out of bourbon, every 90 days yours will come and you can change your flavors.
Right.
So keep that in mind with the auto delivery down the road. 6 easy payments of about $11 brings home that crowd-pleasing 4 pounds of dry rubbed, baked and roasted wings, and these are the award winners, the ones our customers love. You gave it that title of best appetizer,
right.
but this is also a meal, and you've plated it up over here on the side as the entree.
It is. I mean, you know, a lot of people, if you take 5 or 6 or 7 of these at the most, I mean, you're going to definitely have a meal out of these as far as like the quantity that you want to eat. But remember, keep in mind, the seasonings that we have on there, we make and develop our own seasonings. The seasonings are infused with that beautiful smoke flavor on both of them. And then we have that bourbon flavor, and then we have the sweetness to it. So the tumble seasoning really does make the big difference that we can get literally every piece of this wing right on the skin, crusted on there, so that when we bake them, it's going to be perfectly crispy. And then when you reheat them, you're going to get that same great result as if we cooked them in the oven that day.
Well, you know what? As you break them open, sweet and smoky, very popular, by the way, and already 500 have been ordered. This is the thing. I've been to a restaurant, and the wings were dry.
Yeah.
Look at how moist these wings are. I mean, my lips are just like wet and greasy, and that's the way I want them. This is not gonna be a dried out chicken wing. So this is, I think, meaty, satisfying, and it's fast. These are already cooked. You're just heating them up. And this, whether maybe it's a protein snack, the kids come home, they're always starving.
Right.
Sometimes I want a good snack. This is something I can have quickly. And this in a 4-pound, how do they arrive? In a big bag?
They're in a bag, in a resealable bag, so you can pull out exactly what you need.
Nice.
So easy to pull out, you know, 1, 2, 5, whatever you want. It's super easy. And to your point about them being juicy, the reason is too, A, they have the skin on there, and then 2 is because they're baked. When you bake them, actually the drippings from the skin kind of go right into the meat, and it keeps them moist, and it sort of bastes the chicken within itself. That's why they're juicy. So when you deep fry the wings, if you're going to try to reheat them, they tend to dry out. So we've avoided that just by baking this and giving them that great flavor.
So we can't do it wrong.
Can't do it wrong. You can't mess them up.
You don't have to let them know that Corky's is your secret. You can take all the credit if you want.
I would brag that they're from Corky's. They're from the barbecue capital of the country.
That is a bragging point.
I mean, everybody's heard of Corky's, right?
Hey, did I tell you once my parents actually tried to drop my name at the Corky's restaurant? They drove down there.
Yeah.
There was a line around the building. So they went to the front and they said, you know what, our daughter, Gabrielle, works at QVC.
And that get you anywhere?
They got a table.
all right,
they had
about
to wait
that.
online. I was like, dang, you got all the benefit. I wasn't even there. So if you ever get the chance to visit Corky's, that's awesome. But if you can't, we'll bring Corky's to you. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Gabrielle. See ya.